Right now at 4, a 911 call alerts state police to a bus swerving all over 140 in New Bedford, leading to a DUI arrest with kids on board. What a judge decided about the driver. Plus, a dead body pulled from a pond in Cranston, what police are saying. And President Biden facing criticism after a comment he made about Donald Trump supporters. Senator Jack Reed weighs in.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC 6 News, first at 4.
Well, first at 4, breaking news out of Providence. The verdict is in for the second man involved in the killing of Maya Brophy Behrman in Providence. A jury convicted Sean Mann of murder today. Thanks for joining us at 4 o'clock. I'm Caitlin Gelhaus. Mann was not the trigger man, but he was in the car when shots were fired at Brophy Behrman. It was a case of mistaken identity. Mann and his accomplice thought Brophy Behrman's boyfriend was a rival gang member. The other man involved, Isaiah Pinkerton, was given 2 life sentences in January. And now to our other top story at 4 o'clock. A school bus driver arraigned today after being accused of driving drunk with students on board. Now, according to Massachusetts State Police, 34-year-old Rebecca Shing was arrested Tuesday afternoon after troopers say she was driving erratically on Route 140 in New Bedford. Troopers say 4 children and an 18-year-old were on board in that minivan with school bus plates. Shing was arrested and charged with OUI and 4 counts of child endangerment. Prosecutors say she blew a .15 on a breathalyzer test and admitted to taking Suboxone. Earlier in the day, she was given $1,000 bail today. None of the kids were hurt. Now to an ABC 6 News follow-up at 4. We're hearing from Rhode Island's Attorney General today after the release of a very extensive report outlining his investigation into an education contract awarded by the McKee administration a few years ago. ABC 6 News reporter Ryan Medeiros joins us here live in the newsroom with those details. Ryan.
Caitlin, the state attorney general will not bring any charges after investigating Governor McKee's multi-million-dollar education deal with the ILO Group. The investigation focused on how a $5.2 million education contract was awarded by the governor's office and whether another lower bidder was overlooked due to the ILO Group leadership's ties to the governor.
The public demands answers, and where we can give them to them fairly, then we should do it. And I think that builds confidence, not only in this office as a fair arbiter of issues like this, but builds confidence in government generally. And I think we should do it, and that's why we did it here.
Attorney General Nerona says the governor did steer the contract to ILO against the findings of a state review team, but added there is no evidence to justify a prosecution. State Republicans are criticizing the AG's decision, with State GOP Chair Joe Powers saying it demonstrates why the state needs an independent inspector general. In the newsroom, I'm Ryan Medeiros, ABC 6 News.
Thanks for that report, Ryan. Developing news at 4 o'clock. Cranston police are investigating after a body was found this morning. Now, according to police, a man was found dead off the Washington bike path near Tongue Pond. Police have not said whether the death is suspicious yet, and they're still waiting on the medical examiner's office to determine a cause of death before they decide on how to proceed. We'll continue to update you on this story as we learn more details. And 4 people are out of a home and a dog is dead after a fire in North Providence this morning. Firefighters responding to the home on DeJulio Drive around 8:30. The fire chief tells us crews were met with heavy flames and smoke at the back of the home. 2 firefighters were hurt.
2 of our firefighters were injured, minor burns. They're being checked out at the hospital. They'll be released today and probably return to work.
Now, the Red Cross is helping 2 adults and 2 children. The cause of this fire does remain under investigation. Now to commuter news at 4. RIPTA making a big announcement today. The historic East Side Tunnel in Providence is officially reopening for bus service tomorrow.
The East Side Tunnel on North Main Street will officially be reopening for RIPTA bus service Thursday.
It really helps us kind of navigate the hills and the steep inclines, and it also gives us, this is one of the few dedicated right-of-ways where only RIPTA can go through.
This project mainly focusing on improving drainage, lighting, and structural integrity of the tunnel, as well as the restoration of the 110-year-old bus shelter.
I think about my first experiences riding the bus when I would ride on Route 42 down Hope Street and come through the tunnel. It was much darker then. It wasn't well lit.
With this reopening, detours that have been in place since March will be lifted, and all affected bus routes, routes 1, 32, 33, 34, 40, and 61X, will return to their regular route through the tunnel.
The restoration project not only enhances the tunnel's structure and bus services, but it also recognizes the historic history of this area.
The tunnel, originally built in 1914 to support the city's former trolley system, connects downtown Providence to the east side and beyond.
This 100-year-old piece of infrastructure is still able to serve us today and really creates kind of the bones of an effective transit system, as long as we choose to maintain it and update it, that is really unique throughout the country.
Now, all temporary bus stops will be removed so riders can board at the regular bus stop. More than $8 million in federal money was put towards the $25 million project. And now we're going to turn to the weather at 4. You're taking a live look over the capital city right now. We're going to get a check on the forecast right now with meteorologist Christina Shalhoub, who joins us here live in the Weather Center. Hey, Christina, I think the Halloween costumes need to be light and airy for tomorrow. We're talking like 70s, right?
Yeah, maybe some tank tops included or something like that. It is going to be a really warm holiday, I will tell you that much. But let's start with the warm day we've had today. Man, oh man, it has not felt like late October, to say the least. Satellite and radar has been pretty quiet. We saw a couple drips and drops overnight. Nothing too wild here, just something to take note of considering how dry it's been. But again, we're still dry today after all that's passed. Just a couple of clouds moving on by. That's really all she wrote. But this is what I'm focused on right now. Look at the numbers, you guys. 17 degrees warmer than we were at this point yesterday in Providence. We are 19 degrees warmer in Smithfield and 10 warmer in Newport. That equates to actual air temperatures that look a little something like this. It's 70 on the nose right now at TF Green at the airport there. 72 in Cranston. It's 66 in New Bedford and Little Compton at 64 degrees. All of those numbers are way above where your high temperatures should be this time of year. And that is the trend as we head into the Halloween holiday tomorrow. Just a note, as we move through tonight, temperatures will dip down to the 50s for a time before they skyrocket into tomorrow afternoon. So what's up next on the docket? Well, we'll talk more about this wicked warm Wednesday. It's bricks or treats for Halloween. I'll tell you which ones we actually get. And a new month on the way, a new trend as well. And by the way, not just with the weather, but we're setting those clocks back. We'll talk more about it coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Christina. Hey, nothing spooky about the warm temperatures. I'm all for it, all for it. Now to an ABC 6 News update. 6 people are out of a home after an intense house fire in Providence last night. It started at an abandoned property, but it did spread to 2 neighboring homes, as you're seeing there. The Red Cross is helping 3 adults and 3 children after that fire spread to their homes. How the fire started is still being determined. Lawyers for the Air National Guardsman from Dighton who leaked classified military documents are trying to get him a reduced sentence. Jack Teixeira's lawyers say he should be sentenced to 11 years in prison for sharing classified information online. Teixeira previously agreed to a plea deal with a prison sentence of up to 16 years. Teixeira is set to be sentenced in November. Your Voice, Your Vote 2024. Rhode Island residents who didn't already register to vote will have one more chance to vote for president. Election officials are reminding residents about the state's same-day registration law. If you are eligible to vote and have lived in Rhode Island since October 6th, you can register at specific polling locations and cast a ballot for president on November 5th. Now, those locations in most areas are city or town halls, but there are exceptions. You can find more information on our website at abc6.com. And a reminder, the election is just 6 days away. Today, both former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris trying to win other voters in battleground states, both candidates in Wisconsin and North Carolina. Vice President Harris also stopping in Pennsylvania. Meantime, President Joe Biden facing criticism after his response to racist jokes made at a Trump rally. During a Get Out the Vote call, Biden implied Trump supporters were garbage. A spokesperson for the White House quickly responding, saying he was referring to rhetoric, not Trump supporters. We spoke with Rhode Island Senator Jack Reed today, asking what he thinks about President Biden's comment.
President Biden is not on the ticket. Vice President Harris is. She made it clear she does not agree with that. That insinuating based on one's political party a mischaracterization is not appropriate.
Now, Vice President Harris did tell reporters today she strongly disagrees with any criticism of people based on who they vote for. And still to come on ABC6 News, first at 4.
We are getting ready for Halloween. The day is tomorrow and it's gonna be warm, I'll tell you that much. We'll talk about this warming trend and then a much cooler one coming up very quickly in just a few minutes.
All right, Christina. Plus, after years of offering hybrid work to employees, Starbucks wants its corporate workers back in the office or else. And ABC6 News anchor Cara Bailey got a sneak peek inside the Congress of the Birds, a local wildlife rehabilitation center who's hoping to expand. How you can help. You're watching ABC6, Southern New England's trusted news source.
At Stop & Shop, we've got what you're looking for. Lower chicken prices that are hard to miss. Get more cluck for your buck at Stop & Shop.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
We take amazing people and help them become great retirees. They have to be 55 to 80 to be able to fit into our realm. We're not trying to be everything to everyone. We're trying to get people to and through their entire retirement. There's 4 fundamental pillars or things that financially you need to have, and that's the ready to be ready, the go-go, the slow-go, and the no-go. You don't have to be rich. All you have to do is have a want and a need to retire.
Get your retirement journey started with a call to the Retirement Factory today.
This week, Stop & Shop for great deals. Stop & Shop 80% lean ground beef is $2.99 per pound with a digital coupon. Frito-Lay party-size snack bags are $3.33 each when you buy 3. And strawberries, raspberries, or blackberries are buy 2, get 1 free. Stop & Shop. Feed the moment.
Well, the United States Congress will be on recess until after the Veterans Day holiday in November, but another Congress is hoping you'll elect to offer a little bit of assistance. ABC6 News anchor Cara Bailey got a sneak peek inside the Congress of the Birds.
The crows right here. That's Zia, one of the 2 permanent residents at the Congress of the Birds in Providence. As a one-of-a-kind entity in Rhode Island, the nonprofit Sanctuary and Bird Hospital rehabilitates all types of injured birds, from those with the widest wingspans to the tiniest talons.
So this bird, you can see all of his feathers. He's completely missing his tail. All gone because of a glue trap. All of his feathers here on his wings and his primaries are completely destroyed, so he needs to get a waterproofing bath, and he's going to be with us until he regrows all of those tail feathers, because he's not going to be able to fly again until that.
Founder Shada Soleimani says her mission started from a young age. Her mother, an Iranian refugee whose identity requires protection, was a nurse who, Shada says, nurtured both people and pets back to good health. Now, Shada's working to grow that inspiration to an even greater reality. It may not look like much to the human eye, but to birds who've been rescued, these treetops look like home. She's creating a new 42-acre aviary.
So we are in the middle of the Land Center right now. We're in the midst of building our first enclosure. So this is a 24-foot flight enclosure aviary. This will be really suitable for small hawks. and a lot of the songbirds that we're doing.
And that's where you can help. Shada started a GoFundMe with a goal of $50,000 to maximize the care they're able to provide to rescued birds, with an emphasis on safety.
We're building a predator-proof base right now, so because we're out in Chepachet, there's a lot of predators out here that could harm the birds.
And with that protection and specialized care, workers and volunteers with Congress of the Birds look forward to seeing their hard work and your support pay off by giving these birds another chance at life and the freedom they so deserve.
We are rehabilitating from when they're young to be able to come out and practice flight and get ready to go back into the wild. And they'll be released here on this gorgeous land.
In Chepachet, Cara Bailey, ABC6.
And Congress of the Birds also needs volunteers to help clear the land and learn the specialized skills needed to care for the birds. They also offer educational opportunities for both students and teachers. We'll have links to how you can get involved on our website. You can head to abc6.com.
ABC6 weather brought to you by the Preserve Sporting Club and Resort.
Well, Christine, it was nice to see that story about the birds. I wonder if they're loving this warm weather as much as I am.
I mean, I'd like to imagine that they are. I have to tell you, I actually just went to a bird sanctuary in Vermont this past weekend, and it was just like what Cara was saying. It's such an amazing experience, the way that they care for these animals. It's so cool.
It is, yeah. Something that we don't do often.
No.
I feel like none of us are really learning about birds, but that was great.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. Gotta love it. Well, maybe, I don't know, you've got a couple feathers in your costume for tomorrow. Hopefully you have some ventilation, maybe short sleeves too, because oof, it's gonna be warm. It's not gonna feel like Halloween in New England. I don't know about you, but when I think Halloween in New England, I think like layers and long sleeves and hot cocoa at the end of the night, or maybe some warm apple cider or something like that. No, you might want something iced tomorrow, which, to be fair, who doesn't love an iced coffee even on a cold day? All right, certainly didn't have a cold day today. We got to 72 degrees this afternoon. 53 was our low, and as you can see, our low was closer to where the high temperature should be. I know, our high temperatures are normally in the upper 50s at this point in the year, so we are wicked warm for this time of year. And you have these southerly winds to thank. We have a switching of the air masses, if you will. These winds out of the south helping to bring in that warmer air and really keeping our temperatures much higher than they should be. Now that said, I hope you got out to enjoy the warm weather if that's your thing. It has been a beautiful day, at least by my standards anyway. 70 degrees right now in Providence, 71 in Smithfield, 64 in Newport, 66 in New Bedford. Hopefully you've enjoyed some of that sunshine. We've still got plenty to go before the sun sets in about an hour and a half or so. Satellite and radar looking pretty good right now. A couple high clouds here and there. That's all she wrote, my friends. But let's talk about what happens overnight and into tomorrow morning for the big day. Your bus stop forecast, pretty indicative of what we'll experience overnight. Some clouds here and there, and we wake up to the low to mid 50s. I think here in Providence we'll get to just about 54 degrees before we start to warm up again. But just a note for the folks who maybe are sending the kids off to school in their costumes, just know, again, we're going to start cool, but we're going to warm up in a hurry. Look, by 9 a.m. we're already at 60 degrees, and that, my friends, is just the beginning. Here it is, your Halloween forecast for those of you who are making your way out to trick or treat tomorrow afternoon. 2 p.m. this is when we're going to get up to our high of 79 degrees. I'm going to say that again. 79 degrees. Woof, that is a toasty day. 20 degrees above average for Halloween afternoon. By 4 p.m. we're back to the mid 70s, and 6 p.m. we're looking at the upper 60s. So it's going to be a warm one. Again, just make sure everyone's prepared for the warmer weather. But in the world of weather, things happen not just on a local scale. No, it's not all about us, as much as I'd like to think that it is. We have to think regionally, nationally, globally, and for that, I turn to the map. I'm going to step off the screen for a second so you can see this a little bit better. You see where things are bright and red, and I put that hot word there? Well, that's what we call a ridge. It's an area of high pressure in the upper atmosphere. It's helping to introduce all this warm weather. And then on the western half of the country, we have what we call a trough building, and we're introducing that cold from out west, from up in Canada. Well, guess what? Things like to shift around in the world of weather, and all of a sudden we get to the end of the week and we see a little bit of this cold start to get introduced back to New England. What's happening here? A changing of the air masses. And just like in life, in the world of weather, change is a little bit difficult sometimes, and that's when we see our next chance of rain, when we switch air masses here. That comes to us on Friday, where we could see a couple showers. I think things are going to be really light when it comes down to it. A drip, a drop, that's about it Friday morning, and by Friday afternoon, things are looking pretty darn dry. However, they are looking way cooler. Look at this temperature trend, how we just fall off the map here from the upper 70s to to the mid 50s by the time we get to Saturday. So from way above average to, well, a decent bit below average by the time we get to the weekend. The other big change for the weekend, daylight saving time comes to an end. We fall back here, set those clocks back an hour on Sunday, or on Saturday, I should say. As Sunday, the time changes and sunsets at like 4:37 in the afternoon. I know, boo, hiss. Unfortunately, that is beyond my control. We do end up in the 50s on Monday. Couple showers return. I think our best chance for rain on Tuesday before things clear out and we warm back up on Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Christina. And now, speaking of all that wicked warm weather, as you'd like to say, it's time for our question of the day. Where is the best local farm to go pumpkin picking? Is it Adams Farm in Cumberland, Jaswell's Farm in Smithfield, Morris Farm in Warwick, or Salisbury Farm in Johnston? You could scan the QR code that's on your screen right now to vote. We'd love to hear where you'd like to go. And in consumer news at 4, Starbucks wants its corporate workers back in the office. 2 years ago, the company mandated staff to be in office 3 days a week. Now the company wants corporate workers in the office full-time or risk of getting fired. The new policy is set to start in January. Companies like Amazon are also requiring employees to stop working from home despite pushback from staff. And still to come on ABC6 News, first at 4. Beyond the holiday table, what Campbell's is dishing out this Thanksgiving.
Chase knows how to put the heart in your local community. Evan, you helping them with savings, right? Somebody just got their first debit card. Ice cream on you? Your money is a part of your community, so your bank should be too, like Chase.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Dark money is undermining our Supreme Court, taking away our freedoms.
They are the court that dark money built.
No one follows the money better than Sheldon Whitehouse follows the money.
He is relentless, shining a light on how billionaires are corrupting our democracy.
Sheldon Whitehouse, right in the heart of this fight.
Sheldon Whitehouse will always stand up to the special interests and their dark money and fight for Rhode Island.
I'm Sheldon Whitehouse, and I approve this message.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Well, tomorrow's Halloween, but do you want to make your house smell like Thanksgiving food without even cooking? Campbell's might have just the thing for you. Campbell's is unveiling a lineup of candles that smell like Thanksgiving sides. That includes green bean casserole, jalapeno cheddar mac and cheese, apple, fennel and herb stuffing, and everything bagel, seasoned mashed potatoes. Campbell's partnered with the company Camp. The candles go on sale on Camp's website on November 18th. And still to come on ABC6 News at 4, Christina is back with a look at your final forecast and how warm it's really going to be this Halloween.
Raymour and Flanigan's Veterans Day sale is on now with savings up to $1,300. Don't miss unbeatable deals like $1,300 off the Carson Power Sectional, $900 off the Coventry Bedroom Set, and $750 off the Castleton Dining Set. Plus, get it before the holidays with delivery in 3 days or less on thousands of items. You can also save big on top mattress brands or take advantage of financing and pay no interest for 72 months. Grab Veterans Day savings today at Raymour and Flanigan.
You need someone honest, someone who will work for you, someone you can trust to be there and answer the phone. You can count on Ace. We answer the phone. Full service flooring, free estimates, fast turnarounds, all at the highest quality. We want you to love your floors. When it's time to make the choice, count on Ace. We answer the phone.
My name is Troy from Ace Wood Flooring, and I approve this message.
Here we go. They're following us.
This is awesome.
Idiot.
The first ever Nissan Rogue Rock Creek.
Get 3.39% financing on the 2025 Rogue Rock Creek or get a low $289 per month lease on the 2024 Rogue.
When viruses and bacteria from outside follow them inside, parents know it's time to go into protect mode. For your cleaning routine, adding Lysol disinfectant spray is 3 times more effective at stopping the spread of germs. And for your laundry, adding Lysol laundry sanitizer kills 99.9% of bacteria detergent leaves behind. Lysol, what it takes to protect.
Delivering for Rhode Island, that's what it's all about. That's why I'm so proud Gabe Amo's working for us. He grew up in Pawtucket, served in the White House, and was just elected to Congress. He hit the ground running, taking on issues that matter to you. He knows how to bring people together to get things done, and that's critical. Gabe Amo has the experience Rhode Island needs now, and I'm proud to support him.
I'm Gabe Amo, and I approve this message.
All right, folks, the night before Halloween, everyone's getting the costumes and the candy ready. It's going to be a nice warm night, at least for this time of year. Mid-50s, partly cloudy, and winds out of the southwest. Why is that important? Because it keeps the warm air flowing as we head into Halloween Day. Whew, it's going to feel more like early September, late August, 79 degrees tomorrow. We're even at 75 by the time we get to Friday before we just absolutely fall off the map. Temperatures into the 50s for the weekend as a front comes through. That front doesn't have a lot of moisture, maybe an early shower or two Friday, but what it does have is a nice change of air masses. So that's why it gets so cool so quickly. Don't forget to set those clocks back, by the way, 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. And for those of you who are not going to bed, well, that late or early, I guess, make sure you have the clock set back by Friday night. Maybe change those batteries in the smoke detector too. This is that time of year where you want to start thinking about that stuff.
All right, Christina, thank you. And we're actually going to go to breaking news right now. A live look in Providence at a breaking news scene. Providence police have taped off a part of Devonshire Street for an investigation. Our ABC6 news crews are on scene right now. They're still working to learn about what's happening. We've reached out to Providence Police and we'll update you more, including in the 5 o'clock show coming up in just 30 minutes.